Good morning to all of my fishing and outdoor addicts out there. This is Roy Dallas bringing you another episode. Today we're heading out onto the lake. It is a frigid cold morning and we are after crappie. It's pan fishing season and we're gonna go after them until bass season opens up. But right now we're gonna head to the lake, go after some crappie. I was there last week. I have a good location, or at least I thought it was good last week. We caught upwards of 30 fish. The fish were skinny. Let's see if we can get on some fatter ones. I'll see you out in the water. Crappies are going to be located deep inside the cuts where the water temperature will be warmer than out here in the lake, which is probably close to 40. We're looking for 50 to 55 degrees and it will probably get on. All right, we've located them deep in this cut here off the lake and we're going to nail them. We already got one big one in a live well. We may keep him, we may let him go. We'll see what happens before we leave the spot.
This one? A nice size one, right?
Oh, now come on. Come on.
My thing? You said you can't bring it up like that.
You can't. Put him in the live well. There you go. Fish number 2. Big old crappie. All right, let's see if the old man can catch one.
Good job. Wait, is that what the
We're gonna be eating crappie tonight, baby.
that was my thing?
Yep. Now I gotta catch one with mine. I think you've got a good color there. They seem to like that chartreuse. There we go. Got one on. Little one. Alright, let's get him out of there. Come on over here, boy. Oh yeah. Right in the top of the mouth, just like you're supposed to, textbook style. Alright now. Hang on and I'll get you off the hook. This guy's going back. See you later, boy. So what you want to do is, every once in a while, give it a little twitch like this. Just so, ever so slightly. If it doesn't work, you can just pull it towards you a little bit. Oh yeah. Oh, he's giving a good tug. Ah, it's just a little guy. Hey, is that a crappie or a bluegill? Ah, it's a little bluegill. Alright, look at him. Little bluegill. Get you off and back into your water there, bro. There you go. So I'll talk about a little bit more about what I'm using to catch these crappies and bluegills in a moment, or maybe towards the end of the video. But basically, there are various ways of catching them. This is one of my favorite ways, is with a slip bobber, but you can use a whole slew of techniques and apparatus to catch them in your own favorite way. This is one of my favorite ways. So we'll move the bobber down the line. We'll prevent getting that deep. We'll fish a little bit shallower, and there's Dallas on another fish.
Crappie.
There you go, another crappie.
Alright. This is his turn. We got another decent sized crappie. Is my GoPro on?
It is now.
It is now.
What have we got here?
Check that out. It's a nice size bluegill.
Where have the crappie gone?
We're gonna put this one in my bowl.
Come on in here, boy. That's a good size bluegill. Wow, look how deep he swallowed my jig.
It's another big bluegill.
Woo! Take a look at this, boys. Tiny little bluegill. Put him in there with his friends. All right, back in there. And let's teaser. What we have here feels like a bluegill. Yeah, it's a bluegill. It's a nice fat bluegill. So,
No, I have like a big just nest of shit.
yeah, so just cut it. Just cut it and a little crappie. This has got to be a male, just judging by how skinny he is. It's just a little guy. Still beautiful, but just a little guy. Holy crow! I just had my rod in the water and there goes a crappie.
So it's closed.
Well, I figured I'd get in here and it'd be a cold day and nobody would be out here, but I guess everybody's out here. Alright, Junior, grab your fishing rod, take your jacket off, and go get him.
No way they can put a t-shirt.
Little guy. There's another one. Alright, easy, 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 easy. Jeez. Guy had a hyper spaz.
Hot one?
Yeah. Throw him in the live well. Alright, that's one. It's a crappie.
Thin one.
Caught right in the top of the mouth. Textbook style. Guys, freaking swallowed it. Can you pass me the pliers? Oh, you're not going to believe this. Temperature here has gone way down. We lost maybe 10 degrees since the morning, so we're gonna catch 3 or 4 more. That's the plan. Just catch 3 or 4 more in this cut right here, and we're gonna mosey on out of here and before we freeze to death. Look at you, eh? Mr. Bassman in crappie season. Oh, nice largie. So we caught sunfish, we caught bass, we caught crappie today. Bluegill. And I'm missing the fish, and that is because this hook here, this hook is parallel to the eye of the jig, and basically it's causing the hook when I set to be removed from the crappie's mouth without getting a good hook set. So what you got to do is you got to take that hook and just bend it up just a little bit, which I'm going to do in a moment, and that should increase my hookup ratio. All right, let's do that right now. Just grab that hook, give it a little bit of an upwards bend. That should be enough. Very, very slight. That should do the trick. Get some good old fish scent. I like to use fish scent with every lure that I use unless it's salted, because the results, because the results just speak for themselves. It's amazing to me how the bite is so good with, and here's another one, with the cold front that we've had come in today over what was in there yesterday. But this is another nice sunfish bluegill, sharing the space with the pool of crappies that are in there. See you later, little guy. I think the crappies are in there, over where that underwater tree is, where I've got Junior here is casting in the right place. And now it's just a matter of figuring out what depth they're in and adjusting your slip bobber to the correct depth, and you will catch them. Something bit into it. Let's see. Let's see.
Yeah, something a bit into it over here.
Oh yeah, it's probably a pike. It's probably a pike, or oh yeah, that's definitely a pike or a muskie hanging out here. That's a fresh bite. The muskie's probably still in here. That's either a muskie or a pike, 100%. Oh yeah, what have we here? Oh yeah. It's a big old bluegill, a little bit bigger. Look at him. That's a nice sized bluegill. These are good eating too. Put him in the live well. We'll think about what we want to do with this guy later.
You see him? Fat one.
Yeah, it's got some good meat on him. Alright, it's been a while now since we've caught a crappie. I don't know what's happening there, but we seem to have, they've probably moved around. It's a school, it moves around, and then again, you got to relocate them. Also, having my expert boat control here, I probably ran over their spot 15 times in the last half an hour, so I probably chased them away from where I want them to be. But hey, that's learning how to fish. It's actually been 2 years that I've been chasing these crappies, and obviously doing it the wrong way because I haven't been able to get on them. And finally this year I've managed to educate myself to the point where I can catch them a little better, and I found some spots that are decent. Last week only the males were here and they were super skinny from the winter. What I'm learning today is you got to stay away from the spot that you're fishing, and that will require some tricky boat control, especially with the wind blowing the way it has. And what's happened is the males were here setting up the beds before, and now the females have moved in, and that's why you see these somewhat larger fish in this area. Oh, I had something on and it came off. Must be some small bluegill again. I'm gonna adjust my depth here using the bobber. to a little bit shallower. So we'll move the bobber down the line. It will prevent the bobber from going in that deep. And we'll fish a little bit shallower, and there's Dallas on another fish. There you go, another crappie.
They're actually not that.
There we go.
Crappie?
Crappie.
Wanna go catch tarpon?
Tarpon.
Tarpon.
Where, here? In Ontario? Scugog tarpon, huh? Where are you gonna get that? Little guy. There's a hole there in his mouth. He's been caught before. Alright now, boy. I'm gonna let you go. Look at those beautiful fins and sunlight coming in through the fins. Gorgeous fish. This could be a good one. Swimming right towards the boat. Another sunfish. Oh, nice girthy one. What are you doing chasing my jig there, boy? See you later. Oh yeah. More bluegill. Oh, this is a fatty. Oh yeah, boy. You're going in my belly. I'm gonna fry you up and eat you up. Oh, you swallow this bait pretty good. Whew, don't you be jumping now. Get on in there with your buddies.
What do you want? What are we doing? Tell me.
I saw him come up and eat that. Easy now. Easy, easy, easy. Ooh, this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Easy now. Nice little guy. Hello folks. Sorry, it's a completely different day. I'm wearing different clothes and you'll probably notice that, but I just wanted to give you guys a rundown of what I was using to catch those crappies out on this video. Two types of rigs that I have. One is for more open water and the other one is for more tight spaces, like the space that you've seen me in this particular video. A lot of it was tight spaces. I did use the bigger rod and I'll explain when I will switch between them. So here it is. This guy right here, this is an ultralight 5-foot rod made by St. Croix. It is a rather expensive rod. I just bought it so I could try it out and see what the differences are between, you know, a high-end rod versus a $30 Bass Pro low-end rod. Now you just need to know there aren't any big differences, especially if you're out there fishing on the weekends and not doing this on a daily basis. The reel that I used here is a 1000 size Fluger. It's a Fluger Presidential, pretty basic reel, metallic. It's got the 2-pound test that I've been talking about in the video. This particular jig here is a 1/16 ounce jig. I always bend the hook slightly up so that it's not parallel to the eye of the jig, and that will increase my hookup ratio quite substantially. This little plastic here is just a tube. You probably see me use a different color in the video, red and white. I find crappie really like chartreuse, especially the lakes that I fish, and a little bit of orange and pink. Also, this gold fleck color works really well, but you can change your plastics around color by color until you find something that works. It's not that there's something that will probably work better than others, it's just matching the hatch, and you know, crappie will bite pretty much anything. Anyways, how to set up this jig. There are many ways. You can fish it freely like this. You can add a couple of weights to it. Personally, I like the slip float idea. It's very easy to detect the strike, and with my crappie quality skills, this comes in handy. So I throw a tiny rubber stopper onto the 2-pound test. I then put my slip bobber through. Obviously it stops at the bobber here, or at the rubber stopper here, and below this small slip bobber I have a split shot weight. This is one of the smaller sizes. I think it's a 1/32 of an ounce, but you can play with your weight as well as your jig and see, you know, what your comfort level is in terms of, you know, how much above the water the bobber will sit. I like the bobber to sit about this high off the water so I could see it go down. When you get a strike, this thing will go down below the water level like that. You know, you have a strike. You don't need to set the hook like you do in bass fishing. You just lift the tip up and reel it in, and in it comes. Especially if you take my advice and bend that hook slightly up higher than the eye. And I've done that in the video a few times. You missed it, scroll back and have a look at it. So that's my setup for the ultralight rod. It's a lot of fun fishing in the ultralight equipment. Kind of like feels like catching a bass on regular bass equipment. So you scale it down to ultralight when you fish for panfish, and you know, you have a field day doing it. If we're in open water, or I need some sort of reach away from the boat, or I'm fishing from the bank, I definitely go with something more in the lines of this. So this guy here is a Bass Pro Shops Microlight Plus rod. It's ultralight power, and this rod is 7'6", so it gives you the reach that you need. If you put any sort of weight on this rod, it will like cast out 40-50 feet easily. Tire setup, rod and reel together, cost me only 30 bucks. Using this as opposed to something that will cost you 200 or 250 bucks, not much of a difference. The biggest difference is how long this equipment will last. So if you're fishing on weekends, or even every second or third weekend, you don't really need to invest $250 in a rod and reel. Investing 30 bucks will get you through many seasons, and you'll be quite happy. If you're fishing 3-4 times a week or on a daily basis, this stuff will break down in under a year, I guarantee it. Down here, again, it's a 1/16 ounce jig with the hook bent slightly up, and even this tiny piece of plastic will do the trick. They're not picky, they're pretty stupid. Rig yourself up any which way you like. Get out there, get them, and enjoy. Thank you kindly for watching. Don't forget to hit the little subscribe button, and there is a little bell on the right hand side. If you click on that, you'll be notified of when my next video comes out. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're out there fishing, enjoying the spring and summer. It's been beautiful up here. Hope it is for you as well. I'll see you out there in the water. Dallas out.